Good morning, welcome back. It is going to be a very quick intro today because we are literally on our way out of the house as I speak. I don't know what this piece of hair is doing, but we're just going to go with it. We have got 2 doggies with us this weekend and we are going to head out on a nice little, I would say day out. We're probably going to be there for maybe 2 or 3 hours, but I will chat to you about it once we're in the car because we are literally racing to get ready. James is loading the dogs and the bits into the car as we speak. Outfit of the day is nice and simple. I'm looking very blue today with my blue jumper and my blue jeans, and I've got some very odd looking socks on because these are my welly socks, as I'm thinking there's a chance it could be very muddy. These are my Levi jeans. I think they're called wedgie straight, I want to say, and then this is my pretty lavish kind of boucle light blue jumper. It comes in loads of different colours and honestly it's so comfy. It's perfect for days like today when you want to be nice and cozy and warm and just comfy but still have a nice pop of colour. There's a really nice navy one as well. I'm going to tuck that piece of hair behind my ear because it's driving me insane. But anyway, I am going to go and grab my wellies, grab a couple of bits, and we will jump into the car and I'll let you know where we're heading today. Hey puppies! Hey puppies! We're going on an adventure! Okay, order is restored. We have the 2 pooches in the back and we thought we would head out on a nice little Sunday mini day out. We're going to Mottisfont, which is somewhere that we've not been before. It is a little bit of a drive away, but it's not too bad. We thought we'll just get up, get out of bed, get ready and head out. We're still a little bit later than we planned to be because I didn't want to get up. But it should be a really nice day out. It's in kind of like mid-Hampshire. It's obviously dog friendly, so we thought we would take the 2 doggies with us. It's got like a house, it's got gardens, it's got somewhere for you to sit and eat as well, and it's part of a National Trust thing. For my non-UK watchers, the National Trust is basically in the UK like a big conservation charity, and they have all these different sites in the countryside that you can either pay a membership to or you can pay like a one-off fee to go to for like houses and gardens and areas of beauty. They're just absolutely lovely places. But I spotted a little while ago that there were some free vouchers. I think it was with like the Daily Mail or the Mirror or something, for a family day out. So we actually have a free voucher to go to a National Trust site, which is why we are heading out today, and saving ourselves a bit of money as well. So yeah, I think it should be a really, really nice day. The weather is looking relatively clear. It's cloudy, but we're not expecting any rain or wind, so it should be a really nice little trip for us all to go on, and I will see you when we get there.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations. Cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
We are back home in the warm because let me tell you, it was flipping cold outside. It wasn't too bad when we got there, and then we stopped in like the little cafe that was dog friendly to grab like a drink and a little snack. I had the yummiest like cinnamon pastry ever. It was so good. And then when we came back out, the wind had picked up, and the wind is, oh my gosh, it is like ice. It is like ice being blown onto your face. But anyway, we are back. We had a lovely time. We had a lovely little stroll. I did stop in Tesco on the way. I stopped in Tesco, and then I've also had a couple of bits turn up on the doorstep, which is amazing. So I thought I would show you. First of all, you may be able to see a little glimpse. I had to stop in Tesco for something completely unrelated, and then whilst I was standing in the queue to check out, which was ridiculously long, I spotted this vase. Oh my gosh, this is stunning. Did I need another vase? Absolutely not. However, I don't have a green vase, and I was looking at it like, why do I not have a green vase? This is absolutely stunning. I love the top of it. It kind of gives me like a tulip sort of feel. And I think this would be so lovely with some nice white blossom stems coming out. I just think, see, I've got some back here. I don't know if the height will be right. I think this might be a little bit too short. You can just about see from here. But just imagine if I modify this ever so slightly and rebend it. Just imagine a nice white blossom stem. How gorgeous is that? So it was £12 from memory, which I thought was an amazing price. It's not going to stand up now. There we go. Yeah, I thought £12 was an amazing price for such a gorgeous vase. I paid a lot more than that for nice vases, and it has got quite a bit of weight to it as well, I will say. It's just called Candlelight Green Ceramic Vase, and yeah, this had to come home with me. I can't wait to style it up. I'll style it up somewhere shortly, and I'll show you what I came up with. So I also came home to a couple of deliveries, as I said. One of them I have actually opened and I've popped up on the microwave here. It was from Coat Paints. I think the little leaflet that came with it has gone somewhere. Oh, here it is. I have some exciting news to share. So this is from the brand manager at Coat Paints. We're launching 30 new colours and I wanted you to be the first to see them. These shades feel like a perfect match for your style. Oh my gosh, some of these are so nice. There's some that don't like 100% work in our home, but some of these new, I've just launched them everywhere. Some of these new shades, how absolutely wonderful are they? The ones that I really like, obviously, are the neutrals. So you've got, if I kind of put them together, you've got this gorgeous, like, salmony sort of pinky colour, and this lovely sort of greyish, greeny beige colour, and then this lovely cream. How well do they go? And then also behind it, you've got another, I love Sweater Season. I think that is such a beautiful neutral colour. I also love this one, Roosted, and Jonah. Oh my gosh, look at Jonah and Sweater Season together. Oh, it's making me want to come up with a project. I'm going to have to rack my brains. Either that or I'm going to have to find like someone in my family to redecorate one of their rooms, because I feel like I just need to get my hands on some of these colours. I mean, look at that. Oh, that combination is so lovely. I'm going to have to rack my brains. I don't think there's anywhere that we like desperately need to redecorate. But if I can come up with a project, maybe even like I don't know, like a furniture project or something, maybe that could be a little task, a little sort of spring pre-summer task to come up with. The other thing that I got, I'm not going to show you the very top of the box because it has a gigantic label with my address on it, but was from Manicurist, which I think is very, very generous and I'm very grateful for. Let me put it over on this side so that you can see it properly. I am very grateful for this. So they have sent me a little kit with some of their best sellers, which is just so generous. So they've sent me the Green Flash LED lamp, which is for their green flash polish. I didn't know much about their green flash polish. That's a bit of a tongue twister. But basically, from what I understand, they've developed a gel-like polish that doesn't require anything like acetone or any harsh chemicals or any like drilling or scrubbing kind of thing to take off. Apparently it's much easier to take off. I think one of the differences as well is that it does last a little bit less time than a normal gel would. So I think it lasts like kind of around the 10-day mark, but I'm very intrigued to try this. So they've sent me the lamp, which looks like so. There's a bottom section that's still in there. But this is the lamp, which I think is fabulous. And I love that it's got a button for base, a button for colour and a button for top. So you don't have to try and work out like the number of seconds or research the number of seconds that you need. It's all sort of built into the timer. And it's a very, very nice looking lamp, very aesthetic looking lamp versus the one that I currently have. They've also sent me, what's in here? Nail and cuticle oil and nail and cuticle serum, which is very, very handy. Top coat and the base coat in the Green Flash branding. And then they've also sent me a couple of colours, which is fabulous. The red cherry, which it would have been good for Valentine's Day really, wouldn't it? But that will be a fabulous like bold summer colour. And then also this colour has my heart. This is the milky white. I love a nice like creamy, warm, sort of off-white colour. That's something that I get quite a lot. Oh, and then there's one more thing. What's this? Oh, 5 removal clips. These come in so handy. These are absolutely fabulous. Save you kind of having to get loads of tin foil and soak a cotton pad and like wrap all the tin foil around. They are much easier. That is very, very generous, and I can't wait to try those bits. I'm very excited. I've literally just had my nails done like yesterday, so I really, really don't need to do my nails anytime soon. But for the next time I do need to do my nails, I will give that a go. So thank you to the manicurist, very generous. The final delivery that came is one that I ordered. I actually did a little bit of a Waterstones shopping spree. The reason being I still actually had a gift card left over. I can't remember if it was for my birthday or for Christmas, but my mum very kindly got me a gift card, and I've just been saving it because obviously you pay like the full retail price when you buy a book at Waterstones the majority of the time, so I tend to buy my books elsewhere or just read them on Kindle. But the reason that I do like to shop at Waterstones is whenever they do have a sale, or whenever they have like an exclusive edition, or they have like a signed edition or sprayed edge edition that maybe you can't get somewhere else. So I was having a bit of a browse, and I actually pre-ordered, what did I pre-order? The new Rachel Gillig book. She is the author of The One Dark Window, or Shepherd King duology. So it's 2 books, absolutely brilliant books. I 5-starred them, I flipping love them. And she is about to release the first book in a new series, which I believe is called The Night and the Moth, and I want to say it comes out in May. They had a special edition, I think it's a sprayed edge edition copy, that was slightly reduced, so I thought I'm going to use up the rest of my voucher for that. And whilst I was shopping, I picked up a paperback copy of a book that I have very, very recently read. I read it in February. I read it quite quickly and I really enjoyed it. The reason it's been on my to be read list for quite a while, but the reason that I finally decided to pick it up and read it now is because the second book, I think it's a duology. I think it's just going to be 2 books. The second book comes out, I believe, on the 25th or the 27th of February. So I thought this is perfect timing. Let's give this one a go. It's called The Crimson Moth by Kristen Ciccarelli. Hopefully I've pronounced that right and I haven't butchered it. This paperback is stunning, and honestly, wait till you see book 2. It's called The Rebel Witch. It is stunning. If I had the space in my bookshelves to get the hardback copies, I totally would, because they are just gorgeous. Honestly, I can't even tell you. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. I 4-starred it just because it didn't like blow my socks off. I couldn't put it in the same category as some of my top fantasy reads. I think it does fall into the YA category, so it doesn't have any spice. So it is recommended, you know, if you've got someone that you want to recommend it to that maybe doesn't want all of the spice things, or it's a slightly younger reader, this would be great. It doesn't have fae, it doesn't have dragons, it doesn't have any of that stuff. It's a nice sort of entry into fantasy, I would say. It's easy to read, it has great plot twists. I loved the characters. I actually think this will make an amazing like film. But in summary, it is hunter and hunted. So it's the main female character is a witch, but it's not like super witchy. It's kind of the most realistic sort of witch you could get, and it does feel like it's set pre-modern times. It's a really nice, I couldn't say sort of what century it's kind of going for, but it's a nice pre-modern book. It's got a lovely feel to it, it's got a lovely atmosphere to it. If I were to like sum it up in a few sentences, basically there was a time when it was completely normal for witches to just kind of be around doing their thing, and at one point a group of people kind of started a bit of a rebellion to get rid of witches. They hunted witches. Witches are evil, we don't like having them around anymore. The main character, Rune, is a witch, and she is kind of seeping through the cracks. No one really knows she's a witch. She's great at hiding, and what she's been up to actually is trying to free the witches that they're capturing before they get killed, essentially, and ship them off somewhere into a different island where they'll be safe. Meanwhile, the kind of number one top witch hunter, Gideon, is obviously hunting witches, and he gets a little bit of a tip off from a colleague of his that Brune is possibly linked to the witches. He doesn't know if she is a witch, but she has some sort of link to the Crimson Moth, which is the alias for the person that is freeing these witches. So they almost start tricking each other. She decides to kind of go after him romantically so that she could potentially get better access to knowledge and find out where the witches are being held and free more witches. And he decides to pursue her romantically under the basis that he needs to try and find out if she's a witch. And there are telltale signs that show you whether someone's a witch that I won't go into. So it's a very, very interesting plot, and it's not a plot really that I've read before. As I said, there's great plot twists. They obviously end up falling for each other. There is another book, so it ends on an amazing cliffhanger, and I can't wait for book 2. I think it's going to be a really, really good read. So yeah, if that didn't bore you, then definitely give it a go. It's really good. Right, I am going to have a bit of a clear up. I am desperate for a cup of tea. Are you going out cycling?
Yeah.
Or running?
Cycling.
I can tell. James has got his cycle gear on, so he's obviously going out for a cycle. So that means I can cuddle up with the doggies. I can pop the kettle on, sit down for a little while, and then we'll style up this vase as well and see what we can come up with, because I actually have loads of like blossomy, florally, springy stems left over from last week that haven't had their places found for them yet. So maybe we can have a little experiment with this. Hi, Sleepy. You are an angel. Okay, I've had a little restyle of one of the bedside tables in the guest room, and I've styled up the new vase, and oh my goodness me, I love it so much. I decided to basically just put in a pre-made bouquet that I had that actually I wasn't using anywhere because I just didn't have space for it, but I think the style of the guest room just suits this bouquet so much. I did just go onto Instagram and have a look because I was actually really kindly sent this from a small business. I think they were called Blue Hill Interiors. Gosh, it's probably just over a year ago now, and I went to go and find it so that I could share it with you guys, and it doesn't look like they're in business anymore, which is so sad. It really made me sad. But I'll see if I can find another similar one from maybe a similar small business, and I can link it below because it is really pretty, and I'm sure that it's something that could be kind of replicated. But yeah, I am so happy with it. I think it looks gorgeous in here. I love the green, I love the colour, I love how it ties in all of the green in this room as well. I'm just so happy with it. You definitely need to run to Tesco for this. They have loads of other vases as well. This was not the only one that I loved. There was so many. So definitely pop down the home aisle the next time you're in Tesco because it is worth it. It does mean that I need to find a home for my roses, but I'm thinking I'm going to take these downstairs because I have an empty windowsill in the living room. I'm hoping it won't be too tall, but I might just pop those there. I suppose Valentine's Day has come and gone now, but I am really enjoying the roses, and I seem to have discovered a little bit of a love for pink recently, so I'm holding on to it. I'm going with it. So I'm going to take these downstairs and see if I can find a place for them. I also need to pop the new book on the bookshelf, which, I mean, the fantasy side is looking pretty busy at the moment, but I think I'm just going to squeeze it There we go. I'm going to squeeze it in there, and then eventually I will get the second one, but I think it's only just come out in hardback, so it might be a little while before I can get my hands on the second one. But yeah, otherwise no changes on the bookshelf front. I've still got plenty to read from this shelf, and this one is, I think I've pretty much read everything on this shelf now, except for the Crescent City series. I've just seen that the paperback of the third one is coming out, I think, in July. So I'm very excited about that. I've been holding off getting the hardback and I haven't started the series yet. So I'll probably read that. Actually, I think it's June that it comes out. So I'll probably start reading that in May. And then the only other ones is A Court, This Cruel and Lovely, and Lady of Darkness, both of which I've heard amazing things about. And they were kind of sent to me off my Amazon wish list from my family for Christmas. So they are both like book ones of series that I just need to get round to reading eventually. I just have so much that I want to read. But yeah, everything else I have read and I have thoroughly enjoyed, and every single book on here deserves its place. I just love it. It looks like the sun's come out. There's a little kitty cat down there as well. I can't tell you how nice it is to see some sun, because I have not seen sun for what feels like weeks. And it puts me in such a good mood. It's such a nice feeling just to see some sunshine. Even if it's for 5 minutes, it always puts a smile on my face. Okay, I've found a home for the roses, and they look really pretty here. It's such a nice little pop of colour for the window, because it was looking very empty. I just didn't have anything there at all. Oh, look at the sunshine behind. I mean, it's certainly not a blue sky, but it's absolutely wonderful to see. So yeah, really happy with that. I thought about maybe putting them on here, but they're kind of tall and it sort of takes away from this. Maybe I should swap them around. I think the roses would look really nice in there, actually. I'll have to have a play around. We have a confiscated toy at the back of the sideboard because Jasper's taking a liking to this one and decided to pull all of the stuffing out, so he is hidden away. Look at the state of this sofa. Goodness me, this is why we keep it covered, although Ronnie seems to have found the one spot on the entire sofa that is not covered. Goodness me. Goodness me. As the sunshine has temporarily come out, I've had a little bit of a tidy up of the flower bed. It might not look like it, but I've cut back some of the lavender. I probably should have done this after summer and I didn't. I neglected it a little bit. So I've cut back some of like the dead stems, which have got very leggy growth. Left this one, I've left these, I've cut back this one. I actually can't remember the name of it, which is really frustrating. The only other one that I've kind of gone quite hard on is my tumbling Ted. It was right down the front of the pot, but what was happening is there was lots of green growth, but it was kind of coming out underneath all of the kind of more dead stuff. So I've cut it right back to where I can see some new growth coming out. So if I come this side as well, you can see all of the green bits kind of starting to come out on here. It's quite delicate, you have to be gentle with it, but yeah, I've cut it right back just to sort of prune it and allow it to have another load of growth coming down this summer as well. So yeah, the sun is pretty much starting to set, but I'm happy. I've had a tidied up, I've cut down the heathers as well, given these a bit of a dead head. So everything is looking good, and my hands are absolutely freezing. Jasper has just headed out for a walk with James, and Ronnie has absolutely wolfed down his dinner. I am going to say, obviously I have worked with them previously, but Ronnie is not an eater. It takes us, or even my dad, obviously he normally lives with my dad, so long to get him to eat something, especially in the morning. He is just not interested. Are you asking me for more? Are you asking me for more? So I gave him like a third of his usual amount of biscuits, and then I gave him a topper of some of Jasper's butternut pouches because we go through them really slowly. We only give Jasper little bits at a time. And he got the Wham Bam Lamb one, and honestly, he has just wolfed it down in like record time. And I'm not gonna lie, so it's aromatic lamb with sweet potatoes, green beans, and a pinch of turmeric. I'm not gonna lie, when I opened this, I was like, oh my gosh, that smells incredible. I'm leaving it there for as soon as Jasper gets back so that he can have the other half of the packet. But goodness me, that was the quickest I've ever seen this little doggy eat his dinner. Well done, that must have been delicious. As I said, they've not asked me to mention it, but I'm pretty sure I do still have a 50% off discount code for a box, and they're really, really good. Like, I can't even tell you how good quality the food feels. So I'll pop it in the description box anyway. Are you ready to go and lie back down again? Oh, it's a hard old life, isn't it? So I've just walked upstairs to come and grab my Kindle to do a bit of reading, and I've just remembered I have something to show you up here. Gosh, it looks like I'm against a very white background, doesn't it? I have something to show you up here. We had a little delivery from Perch and Parrow, who are honestly one of my favourite homeware businesses. If you love like a rustic, country, farmhouse kind of feel, then you need to go and have a look on there, because oh my goodness, their stuff is stunning. But anyway, we finally have a mirror for this bedroom. I wanted to have a floor mirror basically behind the door, and we finally have one, and I need to show you up close because it is so nice. Can we just look at how James has made the bed as well? We've got 3 cushions on this side and 1 cushion on this side. This apparently is how the bed is made. Bless him, he did try. I will give him that, he did try. So if I just move this door back to give you the full view. We didn't need a super wide one because the door is kind of over this section of the wall pretty much all the time, but how stunning, I still can't get over my socks, I'm so sorry. How stunning is this mirror? It is so lovely. I'll show you the detail up close. Look at this. It is like a gorgeous rustic whitewash wood, and it is such a nice size. I'm really into my arch mirrors at the moment, in case you couldn't tell. And it is just the perfect addition to our bedroom. I love how well it matches with the photo frames. I'm really, really happy with it. I will link it below. I think it's called the Florence mirror. And I am just, wow. I'm in love with it. I can really appreciate a nice mirror, and I certainly appreciate this one. So yeah, this door kind of stays pretty much open like that, so that we've got all of the light coming in from the skylight into the room, because it doesn't get like a huge amount of light other than what comes in through this window. But yeah, as you can see, you wouldn't need a wider mirror because you've pretty much got the whole thing there, and that fills the space. So yeah, I am such a big fan of this mirror. Anyway, I'm gonna grab my Kindle off my bedside table because I feel like I just need to sit and read a book for a little bit. Maybe I need another cup of tea. I think it's about time. I'm very cold. Good evening. I've got some horrendously bright lighting on me, but it's really dark in our bedroom. I've just come upstairs to pop my pyjamas on. James is, I think, almost finished with cooking a roast dinner. It's about 6:30 and we've had a nice cozy afternoon. By the time I'd been out and like done the front garden and pruned everything and cut everything down, I had such a chill inside me. I took Ronnie for a little stroll because he has like slightly shorter walks than Jasper does. And then yeah, I came home, did a little bit of reading on my Kindle, and I've just come upstairs to put my pyjamas on. If I possibly look at all like I've been crying, there is a reason. I ended up going down a bit of a TikTok rabbit hole. I don't know why, but I was scrolling through TikTok, which never ends well. I have to try and limit myself and keep control, but for some reason like a clip of one of the episodes of Long Lost Family came up on my TikTok feed, and it was one of those where you get like a part of it and then you have to go onto the profile and then you have to like click the next part and then click the next part, and I ended up watching like 4 or 5 parts of the episode where like the person that's searching for their family finds out that their family has been found and they want to meet, and they see a photograph and then they have the meeting. And honestly, I don't really watch anything like that because I'm such an empath anyway, but this particular episode, the lady that was looking for her daughter was just the sweetest little lady I've ever come across, and I absolutely bawled my eyes out. I've never got so emotional over like a TV episode like that, but something just got me. I don't know what it was. But yeah, I I just found it so emotional, but like in such a happy way. So I'll put like a screenshot of the episode that I was watching on the screen, because if you haven't watched it, you can go back on ITVX, I think it's called, like the ITV player, and you can watch it back. But wow. I was just like sat on the sofa with James watching football behind me, like blubbing on the sofa, scrolling on my phone. It was so funny. Roast dinner is done. Table has been cleaned and reset. I've popped my Asda tablecloth back on. Dishwasher is on. Jasper is curled up on his little bed. It is officially dark outside, and I am about to enjoy a little Sunday treat, because why not?